So it's very funny that you're here because as Artnit and Punk Pixie can attest, I've just been flooding them with Mothman things, being like, what do you think about this? So it's very accurate that you're here now. Let me catch up on chat. I also have to get ready at some point. Got work stuff to do. Ew. Need to reorganize my makeup stuff since I kind of need to clean her for work. Do it. Do it. Don't put it off, but also weekend. Don't go too hard. Slow and leisurely pace this weekend, y'all. I believe her, but reaffirming Walt is a normal human made this sound sus. He's not like a god. He didn't get like reincarnated. I mean, well, that's not true. I don't know if he got reincarnated. But he's not just a mortal man. The legend goes that the apartment in California has light on at all times, so Walt has never left. The light mysteriously turned off only twice. And it's usually the light bulb. We're doing night shoots today. I got all day to do nothing. Heck yeah. Knitting police. Or no knitting police. Sits right. It's true, I have my sits right slippers on today. Oh, I need to turn the redeem back on is what I need to do. We have a redeem to switch slippers when I'm spinning. I'll get that here in just a second. I'm going to dig through stash and see if there's anything I'd like to use, but memory's saying I don't have any. That's fair. Also, we're going to save all of these VODs, just like we did for the How to Knit Socks. So if you do acquire, like, brioche yarn for Christmas, say, then you can always go back and do it. It's going to be there forever. Just realized that this is blowing out all of the white real hard. So let's fix that. I am pro streamer sometimes. Let's fix the light balance. Forgot I unplugged and replugged everything, so all of the camera stuff is a little off. Let's put that there. Let's put this up here. No, do not want that. Don't need to overexpose this. There we go. That's nice. That's better. That should be better. There we go. Now y'all can actually see what I'm working on. That's nice. I can put this here. That's good. All right, now let's fix channel points. Are they on? Highlight my message. Oh, they're not on. Here we go. Manage rewards. Switch slippers. Here we go. All right, we are back. Sorry, gang. I got all excited about a thousand things. All right. Geo, hello. Good morning. Henna sweaters are the best. I have a Sailor Moon one and a Kirby one where it's all pink but the face is on there. That's a fantastic idea. You say Mothman and I think of this TikTok every time. Oh no. Mothman. Oh, I'm okay. Welcome to Working on Percy Jackson. We do a lot of night shoots. Shadow and Bone had a ton too. It's always filmed in the dark. Ooh. Mothman, are you, without getting into specifics, are you cast or crew? I assume cast, because you said makeup, but honestly, who knows? Crew are crazy too. Prepping for bats today? That sounds fun. I do production for entertainment at Disney, so yes, soon to be all night installs for the holidays. I know that nighttime life very, very intimately. You spun 3 bobbins yesterday. Chio, you had a more productive day at home than I did at work. So I forgot the caramel apple thing that I got when we were at Epcot and was a coffee drink. And ordered it on my app last night, but as a frap, so maybe that's why I didn't think about it. Put it in the fridge, and voila, cold coffee drink ready this morning. No trips out of the house until teaching time. Ooh! That's a good idea. That's like when Damien and I go and get like smoothies. We always get the biggest smoothie possible and then just put it, like, drink half of it and then put it in the fridge overnight and then drink the rest for breakfast the next morning. Frozen coffee ice cubes. I need to try that again. So the last time I tried to make frozen coffee ice cubes, I did it with a flavored coffee and it was disgusting. I didn't realize it was like a vanilla blend because it was just the regular coffee Dee and I were drinking at the time. But like the ice cubes were sticky and it made the tray disgusting. And then like it didn't quite melt right. And I was like, we're never doing this again. So I need to try it again with just normal coffee now that we have normal coffee. Because for a time, Damien would only drink like vanilla coffee or hazelnut coffee. And I was like, boo thang. People are going to think that you're me. Important question. I'm trying to decide between 4 sweaters. Ooh. I have a Mothman one, an MCR, 3 Cheers album one, a Welcome to Night Vale one, and a Blood Spatter one. Welcome to Night Vale. And now the weather. I do feel like it is currently Night Vale season out right now. I'm on crew. I work makeup with a specialty in gore and prosthetics. I am the Chaos Lord of Spook. Yes. Yes. That sounds absolutely fantastic. The Chaos Lord of Spook. If it doesn't say that on your business cards, I don't think you're doing them right. Smoothies are a great breakfast because sometimes you don't feel like a lot to eat, but smoothies have everything to keep you going. I like smoothies because if you don't eat them, like, you can just keep sipping them all day. Like, if you don't eat all of it, you can just put it in the fridge for later. And it doesn't get, like, gross and soggy. You don't have to worry about reheating it 1,600 times. They are quite versatile. Have to be made with dark roast, otherwise it'll be, well, bland. Yes. The idea is that way is that you use frozen coffee ice cubes to make you make ice cubes out of coffee to make iced coffee so that the ice doesn't water the coffee down, so you don't have to make it extra strength. But it does make it extra coffee-y. So keep that in mind. But if you're making a smoothie and you want to add a little bit of coffee to it, it's a great way of doing that without having to make like a whole cup of coffee. Because I think adding a little bit of coffee to smoothie sometimes can be absolutely delicious. Cold brew for the win, also that. It was like cross-stitch onto a deep purple sweater. It's Cecil's third eye on the front, all small, and then on the back, it's the podcast photo on Spotify. That's adorable. That's adorable. I'm cold. I might have to put pants on. Throw another blanket onto the pile. Or when I lived at home with my parents and we had dachshunds growing up, we'd say throw another dog log on. they were hot dogs. Like logs. Throw another doggy on the pile. I'm too cold. Send me a dog. Now I'm like, I'm too hot. One of you cats needs to get off of me. They have brought out new cold brew coffee Guinness. I think it might have to be tried. Fergster, I have tried it. It is delicious. It is very smooth. It's one of the best coffee stouts I've ever had because it's coffee without being chocolatey. And then it's Guinness, so it's very rich. And then it's the nitro, so it's very smooth. 10 out of 10, one of my favorites. They have it year-round down here. And then we like it very mucho. So that's around triple espresso to kickstart my heart for the morning. Lava, I have a feeling you're like me. Like, if I could just mainline coffee into an IV every morning, that would be great, so I didn't have to bother with drinking it. If we could just put a PEC line in, but for coffee, that'd be fantastic. Might have to pick some up when I'm shopping today. I think you should. I think it's delicious. Because I've had, like, coffee stouts, but they're always, like, they're either super bitter, or they're cut with chocolate, or you can't taste the coffee in it. But usually they're just like so strong and so bitter. And this is very, very balanced. I enjoy it very mucho. Also, it's Guinness, so it's really hard to fuck it up. We're very large Guinness fans in this house. We kind of feel like if it's Guinness, it has to be good. And so far, we are correct. My doll will do it. Yes, yes, you did. Ginger Zone, hello. Aren't you dizzy yet? All that spinning? Nope. The soot sprites are doing all the work today. I do an energy drink with a cold brew step down. Ginger Zone, how's it going? Are you ready for the game this afternoon? Coffee IV and a timer would be awesome, right? A coffee IV is less fun than it sounds. I've had an IV caffeine. Really? Geld! Gold! String Player has their German dictionary on the phone. I can tell. String Player and I are both learning German on Duolingo, which is why I find this to be funny. Game? Sure. Go blue. No, they're playing the other Michigan. You gotta say go green. Or something. I don't know. They're playing Michigan State today. Oh, which reminds me, I need to put a vacation announcement on. The Saturday after Thanksgiving, I will not be streaming in the morning, or it'll be an extra short stream, undecided, because it is a national holiday in this house, because it is the Ohio State Michigan game. It's the rivalry game. The game starts at noon. I will be unavailable for comment. Geldautomat. An ATM. Oh, Akya. Oh no, are you a Michigan fan? Nope, I'm an Ohio State fan. Thank you very mucho. We are Buckeyes through and through. Finally got to sleep in today and enjoying some coffee and pumpkin spice cinnamon rolls. Gosh dang it. Mom, I want some cinnamon rolls too. It's fine. I had a baked brie for dinner last night. I have no regrets. Nope, I am from Toledo, which is very fun in the fall, because it is very much a border town. Half of the city roots for Michigan and half of the city roots for Ohio State, and that gets very interesting very fast. But we are Ohio State Buckeye fans. Very mucho. OHIO. It's true. Did you save any for Damien? Scottytude, hello. No. I was just telling everyone how it's nice to have cheesy food every night for dinner this week and not have Damien come down the stairs and go, ew, it smells like cheese in here. I had a bad lumbar puncture. Turns out it's treated with a caffeine drip. Interesting. Interesting. If a coffee stout is bitter, it's usually a bit low on the alcohol content to be enjoyed. I think you're right. I will say, for a place that's called the World of Beer, they don't have very good beers. I can use my good makeup and make me all purple. Yes. Purple. Honestly, Ohio fans are a lot nicer than U of F. Than U of M. Yes. Ohio State is playing Michigan State. The Michigan State Spartans today at 3. So I have and also Damien doesn't sports ball. So like, I'm like, hey, so I had to warn him every fall. Football's coming. Just so you know. He's like, oh. So he plays a lot of World of Warcraft in the fall. So it's nice because I get to stream. I get to watch my football uninterrupted by Damien going, have they scored a goal yet? How many baskets have they gotten? So that'll be great. And then we'll have book club and then craft night. And I have a full day. Noah Damien. They're probably all nicer than Mizzou fans. Look, everyone is nicer than Gator fans. I'm sorry, but all the Gator fans are the worst people. Also, they all drive the worst. I swear if someone cuts me off in traffic, they have a Gator license plate. Everybody's just a dick there. Though one of the Michigan team fans threatened to throw bottles at our band in the stadium once? What? Y'all don't have to sports ball. That's okay. I bet you enjoyed smelling of the house. Yes, I do. Now I want brie. I found a recipe online. It's fantastic. So you take I just used a roll of like the Pillsbury puff pastry. Put a brie in the middle. You score the top a little bit. You put raspberry jam all up on it, or fig jam. You fold it all up all nice like, and then you drizzle maple syrup or honey. I did honey over the top. And so instead of doing an egg wash, you put a bit of honey on top, and then you sprinkle it with brown sugar. So it has this like crispy brown sugar top. And then you bake it in the oven at 350 for half an hour, and it makes magic. And the honey either soaks in or gets all crystallized, and then the brown sugar gets all crunchy, crusty, delicious. And the brie's all gooey. And then I cut that baby in half, and I had half last night for dinner and half this morning for breakfast, and I have no regrets. Devarian CW, hello. Thanks to Mr. Talika for my gift sub. Also, good morning. Good morning, my dude. How about them Yankees? Heard they won the Stanley Cup. Veggie, have you been talking to Damien again? Tornstall Rosen, hello. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Now I really want brie. You should. It's delicious. Hop train. As much as I hate Gator fans, Alabama's my least favorite. I have not, well, I have been to Missouri, but I haven't run into Missouri fans. Let's just put it that way. I'm a Mizzou fan. I'm nice. Yarnho, you are nice. You must be the one exception. You must be the one exception. CW, how are you doing, my dude? It is lovely to have you here. Great, now I'm hungry. We're talking about how my husband's out of town, and my husband doesn't like the taste of cheese. So I am having all of the cheesy things while he is gone. Sidley, thank you for that 100 biddies in my teacup. Damien who? Florida man has left. Florida man is gone. Isn't Indiana only for cheese, cigarettes, and booze? And ArtNet. If it isn't motocross or supercross, I don't follow it. That's how I am about sports. I'm like, if it's not college football, I really don't care. Because they're like, oh, you like college football, you must like the NFL. And I'm just like, all of those overpaid prima donnas who don't really care and who kind of half-ass it. And then who have like sudden death rolls for overtime because they're all tired and huffing around because they're too rich and too lazy. Nope. Cheese Fest. It is Cheese Fest. September was a weird month, but starting October strong. Yeah. We are spinning wool into yarn. I have all of this delicious wool fluff that we're spinning up. And we're currently hanging out talking about college football and sports ball. And all the things I'm doing while my husband is gone at TwitchCon this weekend. Now I'm living my best life today. Might have to go get all clean and spooky and go get cinnamon pancakes. I mean, yeah. I don't know what people visit Lower Michigan for. There's so much shade in this chat, and I kind of love it. Because it's the nicest shade I've ever seen. It's the most polite shade. March Madness is what I live for. I live for Sock Madness. It's a bracket style elimination speed sock knitting competition. Also, oh, they announced recently, for those of you who are participating in Sock Madness, that you can only enter for, usually you enter the whole month of February and then it starts in March. And this year you enter from February 1st through February 14th. You only have 2 weeks to enter this year. And then, so that they can get the, I think it's so that they can get the, qualifying rounds started like March 1st, so they can start earlier so that the rounds don't stretch into, Tour de Fleece in June and July, which I actually really appreciate. Times Square is strange because it looks exactly like it does in the movies and also nothing like it does in the movies. It is so surreal. But you have to go. Also, go today because what I didn't realize is half the stuff is closed on Sunday in New York. Or at least it was in the before times, which I was not expecting when we went on a Sunday. I was like, but they close the Disney store on Sundays? That doesn't seem right. Cinnalee, thank you for the extra biddies. We're Mary, hello. The Olympics are different. You don't have to be into sports to watch the Olympics. You're just like, ah yes, these fine human specimens do amazing things. Dance, monkey dance. Shade with manners. I really don't get you US people with college sports, cultural differences, I guess. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how to explain it. I live in Cali. Everything is on fire. No. I won't say that. I know it's true, though. Just wait. February and March will be on fire. Indiana is upper Kentucky at this point. Without the hills, the hillbillies turned to drugs. Oh, no. Now I'm ready for learning brioche next week. Yes. I promise to do much better about timing out. We'll take like specific ad breaks so that we don't interrupt things. I'm going to try and do much better during our tutorials. I did look, and the ad revenue split from Twitch actually made quite the difference last month. So we are probably going to keep the extra ads. So I will do my best to try and run ad breaks when we take breaks and make it as less painful as possible, but it is a very nice way to support the channel if you cannot financially contribute, which is fine because this channel will always be free to play and free to enjoy. And as always, please take care of yourself financially first before you worry about anybody else. I get it. I am now a fashionable man with money. I want to shop. I love it. Do you know if the Sock Madness participants get the rest of the patterns even if they don't make it to the next round? They do. So if you, so the way Sock Madness works is if you finish both of your socks in the time frame, you get placed on a team. And even if you get knocked out the first round, you get all of the rounds of those socks emailed to you. And then when you finish a round, you get the bonus pattern. So even if you get knocked out, you can still finish the socks and get the bonus pattern early. But at the end, they send out all of the socks and all of the bonus patterns. So if you participate, you get everything. And then if you are unable to finish your socks, but have at least one fully finished sock or two partially completed socks, and you still submit the last couple of days, even if you're not going to finish, you become an official cheerleader, and official cheerleaders still get to knit along and get all the patterns. And if you knit along, the bonus patterns, and then cheerleaders also get all the patterns at the end. The big thing is that they don't want you to become a cheerleader just to get the free patterns, because that has been a problem in the past. So all of the designers donate their designs to Sock Madness for participants, but some of them are paid for patterns after the fact. So, you know, it's nice that they're doing this, and it's very kind of them to donate to so many people, but also, like, you know, poor designers gotta make their side hustle money, so still support creators. But if you're planning on attending and knitting along, it's very, very fun. I gotta see if I can try and go Ginger Zone into doing it with me again this year. My sister Ginger Zone, that's how she made her first ever pair of socks, is we knit together for Sock Madness. And that was really fun because I would knit a pair of socks and she would knit a sock. And she would ask me all the questions and we'd go over it together. And then afterwards, she would go back and knit the second sock to all the things. Although I think she's still knitting second socks. Although, to be fair, I am also still knitting second socks on some things. I have second sock syndrome hard. As in, I finished the first sock and I've started the second sock and I just cannot finish the last 2/3 of the second sock. And I just need to get my shit together and get really the problem is that my day job keeps interfering with my crafting, and that's a problem. And then somebody, cough, art and craft, cough, goaded me into doing a knit along. So now my sock knitting will also be very limited. To be fair, I am easily enabled. It wasn't difficult. Amaranth, good morning. Hello. String, enjoy your lurk. I hope your teaching goes well. We'll catch you later. Don't forget, it is craft night and book club tonight in the Discord. All are welcome. You don't actually have to craft to join us. A lot of people will be crafting while we hang out. And if you are crafting, I would love to see what you're working on. But mostly, it's just an excuse to hang out and chat together for a while. And it usually goes a significant portion of the evening. So if you join late or have to scoot out early, we're happy to have you for whatever time we have you. We have a lot of folks kind of coming and going over the evening, which actually works out really well. Every second Saturday. Welcome to Michigan, home of lead pipes and potholes. Yeah. I really can't argue with that statement. You would be correct. I grew up with no money, but my profession made me very comfortable, so fancy shopping time. It is kind of like a miracle when you go from that like barely scraping by to, oh my goodness, I have disposable income. What is this magic? It is a very nice point in life. Lonely Sock Island for me. Zifupad, hello. Howdy. I would recommend subtle Mothman attire like cufflinks or tie pins. Yes. The horn, yes, the horn along is your fault, Art Knit Craft. To be fair, the Unicornucopia pattern, ArtKnit and Hinka sent to me when they were at the Michigan Fiber Festival. So it is literally Art Knit Craft's fault. Zifupad, thank you for the 3-month sub. Damien, I think, is doing fine. Seems to be having a nice time. I have talked to him in like 2-minute increments because he's been very busy. Last night he was on his way to an after party in a mansion for some sort of merch vendor that invited him that he's gonna check out. That's all I got out of it. And I told him to text me in the morning when Pepper Potts showed up with his dry cleaned outfit after the orgy. He didn't find it hilarious. I found it infinitely hilarious. Welcome to our marriage. I assume I'll get the full story later, but honestly, he'll probably tell it on stream before he tells it to me. We are doing, so I'll see if I can dig it out during the break. So we are doing the Grid Lines sweater for our birthday sweater next year, and it is in the Mothman yarn colorway from Lantern Light Yarns that the lovely Lane Shawl sent me some of, and then I promptly needed the full sweater quantity. So we'll be making a Mothman sweaters for the birthday sweater in January, and I have been looking up all things Mothman lately to go with it. So I have very much Mothman on the brain. Was that an Iron Man reference? It was. It was. Because it's a mansion in Southern California. So I was like, is it Tony Stark's mansion? Damien's like, no. But he didn't tell me what it was. He's just like, no, it's just a house mansion. And I was like, well, Tony Stark lived in a house mansion. And then he's like, I'll talk to you later. We're almost there. And I was like, okay, call me in the morning when Pepper Potts shows up with your dry clean clothes. He was just like, I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm like, but you don't know. Hydrate. Oh, I missed 2 hydrates. Oh, no. Now I got to drink all the water. Cheers, everybody. You like the slippers? They're my soot sprites. I love them immensely. Artnit, thank you for the link. I appreciate that. This is the yarn. This is, in fact, the yarn we'll be knitting. And it's beautiful. I am also, I also play Fallout 76, so the Mothman holds a special place in my heart. Because I have lit the lighthouse to attract the Mothman. Is a very fun side quest you can do. It's very well done. EMS, hello! I am spinning today. Dem red stripes. Yeah, these little blood splotches. Delicious. Delicious. So this is the yarn we'll be using for the birthday sweater in January. But I had been looking on Etsy to find like cute little like Mothman things. Because I was like, you know what would be really fun is like to send out like, maybe we'll do some Mothman sticker giveaways for January and stuff. And I was like, this could be really fun. And it's like, maybe I'll get some Mothman earrings. So I've just been sending a bunch of like Mothman stuff to my friends. Because I think it's fun. And then I keep falling down the internet rabbit holes, right? So I think, this one's the winner. Let me see if I can find it. And then I also keep sending Damien like the weirdest crap I can find. And that's really fun because he's like, at this point, he must just be convinced he's made a mistake. And I'm just leaning real hard into it at this point. Like there's this bumper sticker that says the Mothman is real. We made out and he's a gentle and caring lover. And Damien's like, you are not allowed to buy this. And I was like, this is great. And he's like, I don't know what your problem is, but can you not? Samalima Bam Bam, I hope work goes well. Thank you for popping by. And if I don't see you, I hope you have a great weekend. Tornstall, thank you again for the sub. Take care. I hope the walk and the sauna are delightful. There's also this one that says, it was then that the Mothman carried you. And Damien's like, what is wrong with this relationship? And I'm like, don't worry about it. Also, going down the rabbit hole, I found this delightful opossum with a pearl earring. And I'm convinced that we need it framed in our house. And Damien is convinced that the judge will side with him when he uses this as evidence in the divorce case. Blood to color the splotch. It does have oil paint vibes. I like it very much. Also, I was like, what if I got these to wear for the Mothman birthday stream? And Damien's like, that's terrifying. Can you not? I was like, it'll be great. I have these little Mothman earrings and then like a little Mothman, the little Mothman thing. And he's like, no, stop. That possum was the point that made me go brew a cup of coffee. Always funky dangle earrings. Always. Hat or no hat, that depends upon if it's windy. If it's not windy, absolutely hat. Absolutely hat. But I think we're gonna get some of these stickers by Salt Birch to hand out, because it's the Mothman eating his own sweater because he's a moth and moth eat wool, and we're gonna be doing a sweater knit, and so I think I just need a bunch of these to give away to y'all. I'm just saying, I feel like this is a very appropriate sticker. Also, those are OSU colors. Well, they're the Mothman colors from the yarn for the sweater. So I'm just saying. My funky dangle earrings are eyeballs, so it gets even better. Yes! Required to buy. What exactly is this Mothman event? Amaranth, for the birthday sweater in January this year, the colorway of the yarn that I'm using is called the Mothman. It is from Lantern Light Yarns' Cryptid collection. So all week I had been looking at possible things to plan for said upcoming birthday stream in January. Because I know that the holidays will get really busy really fast, so I just wanted to get like my stuff taken care of and planned out a little bit. And then the internet has just provided an endlessly amazing rabbit hole. Yes, so every year for my birthday is January 10th. And every year for the last 2 years so far, so this will be the third annual birthday sweater. Every year I splurge on a sweater quantity of yarn that's hand dyed and make myself a birthday sweater, and that's like all I knit for January is just knitting after the holidays and all of the holiday knitting and all the gifting and stuff. I just do something for me. So the first year I knit the broadleaf sweater in mohair, and it is a delicious brioche sweater. I'll be wearing it next week when we are doing our brioche tutorial. This year I did the newspaper pullover by Joji Locatelli. And then I was hoping to do hand spun for next year's birthday sweater. But then Geo sent me all of this beautiful wool that I will be spinning up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to spin it in time for January. So that's fine. But I have a sweater quantity of the Mothman that I will be doing the grid lines sweater in for January. And apparently I'm throwing myself a Mothman themed birthday party. Like, I hadn't planned on it. I was just like, oh, this is cute. Maybe I'll get some Mothman stickers to like give away for my birthday stream. And then the internet was just like, the Mothman, you say? Have some of this. And I just kept clicking the like, you may be interested in, until I found the end of the internet. And I was like, oh no. My goal is to always look like a chaotic fae. I love this. Pics on Discord. We need to live vicariously with you. Ooh. Oh. Discord. Come on. Click. Come on, internet. Oh, Lady E's at the pumpkin patch. Look at all those pumpkins. I think of all the cryptids, I think Mothman might actually have the biggest fan group. Yes. That is correct. Next week has been exhausting. I love Captain Kyle. Let's see. I don't see anything else posted yet. But let me refresh. Sometimes my Discord's a little bit behind. Can I just start to complain that there's Christmas stuff in the stores here? There's been Christmas stuff here since August, and I hate it. I hate it. I'm visiting a fancy LYS in San Diego in a couple weeks and have been contemplating attempting socks. Yes. Anavita, so in the VODs, if you go down into the doobly-doo, we did a how to knit socks section. If you're just looking to knit like regular vanilla socks. So vanilla socks are like vanilla ice cream. It's an internet term. So it's just plain, no frills, no flavor, no anything. So, so a vanilla sock pattern was best. I'll see if I can, if you message me on Discord or if you put in Discord, does anyone have a good vanilla sock pattern? I'm sure we have some. And then after stream, I can look and see if I can find one for you as well. Oh, sorry. Yarnho was saying to post pictures on the Discord. That's okay. If you have a link to like a Instagram or a Twitter, we will also take that. We just like sharing things. It's always fun to see what everybody else is doing. Vanilla is the new black is beginner friendly. Yes. That one is a little bit fancier. But honestly, I like if it's a well-written pattern, even a beginner sock knitter should be able to pick it up. If you can knit socks. Socks always seem like a bigger mystery than they really are. Like my first sock was absolutely positively not a vanilla sock. I was ambitious. And my sister's first sock was a Sock Madness warm-up pattern, for crying out loud. So if it's a well-written pattern, go for it. Do your thing. Also, if you start knitting and you run into trouble, post in the Discord and someone will help you out. Just go, help, what does this mean? And someone will answer. And that's why the community is amazing. Everyone wants to either hug him, be him, do the do with him, or just be his friend. I am 4 out of 5. I would like to be the Mothman. I am tired of society's expectations. I would just like to be a moth. Also, I love how the Mothman can be creepy, like creepy, sexy, dopey, derpy, all of the things. A full range of emotions. I enjoy it immensely. Any tricks to prevent laddering when knitting on circulars? So what I do when I'm knitting in circulars is so after I knit and I flip it around, I'll pull that back stitch a little tighter. I'll knit a stitch and then I'll knit the second stitch and then I'll tighten that first stitch and then tighten the second stitch. It's just really taking the time to make sure that you have everything lined up. But also not, like some people like just yank the snot out of the last and the first stitch. and it makes like a reverse ladder. Like it makes those stitches so tight, it makes a line. So you don't want that. You just want even, just even tension. You know, the secret to knitting, perfect tension. So much easier said than done. If you're really worried about it, you can use tiny 9-inch circulars. I love tiny 9-inch circulars, but I like it because I can just fly through socks. Because I very much like to knit my socks one at a time. But even on circulars, sometimes you have to be careful of laddering depending upon where you are. So it's not like a be all end all. Rose City Rollers, that's a fantastic beginning sock pattern, and I think that one's free as well. Fall, winter, and Christmas is my absolute favorite. I would Christmas twice a year if I could. Gosh dang it. Guys, we're gonna take a quick break. Damien's calling me real quick. Hang on, I have Florida Man on the line. Please hold. Enjoy this quick break. Hey gang, I'm back. Excuse me. Damien says hello. I asked him if Pepper Potts ironed his pants. And he said, we actually didn't go to that party because it was only until 9. And we were going to have time to go to that after party and the other after party downtown. But we are invited back to the mansion tomorrow for brunch. And they're going to have IVs for people who drank too much and are all boozy. So... eat the rich. that's the best reaction. So yeah, he did not attend that orgy last night, but he and Archie sound like they're just getting up and their voices are shot. And they just sound exhausted. Demon's like, well, it's really loud, so you have to shout over everything. I was like, yep, sure. A new snack, Florida Man. Haven't tried that one before. So, Damien's doing great. Having a very fancy time in California, apparently. I will drink my fancy filtered fridge water. It's loud if you're doing it right. Hey! That's what I was thinking, Gio. That's what I was thinking. But there we go. So he's doing great. Thank you guys for letting me step away so suddenly. There we go. EMS is done decorating, and my favorite part of this decoration are the unapproving pilgrims. Oy. I love you guys so much. All this talk of socks has me wanting to try again. Mermary, you should. You absolutely should. I owe some shout outs from earlier that I didn't get a chance to do. The guy on the right is like, bruh, please. The left, yeah. It's the disapproving aunt Lady Pilgrim that really does it for me. We're gonna shout out CW Devarian. Popped in earlier with that gift sub. Absolute Bean, we rated him the other day. Currently on a Joja quest, Joja Varian, playing Stardew Valley right now. Also, Mermary, another maker and crafter. Got to pop in and check out a few minutes of your stream the other night, which was very nice. Who else? String Player was in here earlier. Plays the cello and plays with string with all the knitting things. Oh, he finished Joja last night. We won, we defeated capitalism, and now he owes us a maid stream. Guys, I need y'all to follow. Maid Varian is fantastic. We're not done. I'm just giving shout outs for people who were here earlier. We are gonna keep spinning. Not done. Strap in, kids. No one's going anywhere. This got dark real fast. Let's see. Other streamers. Veggie was in here earlier. They are gonna be upset that I shouted them out. But I really enjoy Veggie's late night streams occasionally. It's where I get my lurk on. I enjoy it immensely. Also doing a lot of spinning here recently, if I'm not mistaken. And if you guys are a streamer and I have not shouted you out, please tell me so we can find new friends to follow. Starting row 325 on the Briar Rose blanket. Yarnho, you are making fantastic progress. You posted a picture in the Discord the other day. Let me find it. Here we go. It is looking fantastic. Oh, KB. Thank you, Gio. Sorry, I have it so only VIPs and mods can do shoutouts. Because people used to like to come in and shout themselves out and then leave. And I should probably put it back because I think it's safe now, but I haven't. I used to stream but haven't streamed in a while. Was having trouble finding my niche. Stitch and Virgo, you get a first of all, hello, good morning. Second of all, sometimes it's not for everybody. And that's fine too. Let me readjust the camera. Cause I'm moving it. Oh look, it's Florida Man. Hi, Damien. We were just talking about how if you're enjoying yourself, it should get loud. If y'all want to go check out my Florida Man when he comes back from TwitchCon, you can go check him out. He is always on stream and he goes, "Hey everybody, check out my wife." And it always makes me laugh. All right. Tell Pepper hi. Damien, I told everyone your response about how you didn't go to that after party and how you would go to the breakfast one. And the general response was to eat the rich. Rainbow Brights, hello. Welcome home. Thank you so much for that 3-month sub. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are getting a nice deep breath after being home. Let's put it that way. And thank you again for that 3-month sub. I got my Soot Sprite slippers on. It's true. I love these things. They terrify the cats. But this is a fine example of how the internet will provide. When I'm spinning, I have multiple slippers now. Let Dino, I hope he is having a great time. I will. He interrupted this. Here's the other best part, right? So he called me a few minutes ago and we took a quick break so I could take the call. Because he's been very busy and so I only get a few minutes at a time to talk to him, which is fine. I kind of figured it would be that way. So he calls me and he goes, "Hey, what you up to?" And I said, "Boo, I'm streaming." And he goes, "Oh, I forgot. You stream on Saturday mornings." I have streamed almost every Saturday morning since May of 2020, and this man cannot remember that I stream Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. For the life of him, has no clue that I stream Saturday mornings. Because Friday nights, he's like, "Hey, when's your next stream? Tuesday night?" And I was like, "It's tomorrow, Saturday morning." He has no clue. My Florida man. Oh, shoot. I didn't know you were streaming. You didn't know I was streaming? You're not getting my Discord announcements? You didn't see my Twitter post? You don't have your alerts turned on for your wife? I know when you're streaming. Worst mod ever. Shame on him. He's not here. I don't mind throwing him under the bus. Although, to be fair, even if he was here, that's never stopped me from throwing him under the bus before. So yeah. Same as always. In case I were worried that AI had taken over his phone, I need not worry. Clearly the genuine article. They can't find the milk in the fridge if it's behind the OJ. That's funny that you mentioned that. It's really funny that you mentioned that, Yarnho, because Damien put trash bags on the grocery list before he left, and I was like, oh, that's really weird. I just got another box of trash bags. And I go in there, and sure enough, under the first box is a second box of trash bags. But I got a different brand or a different scent, so the box is a slightly different color. So he, in his mind, he thinks we're going to be out of trash bags very soon. It is, the old box is literally sitting on top of the new box. He's like, we're gonna be out of trash bags. So there's also that. I made that discovery last night, and I was like, every time I think I miss Damien, I'm good. I'm good for another day or two. So there you go. Married for 25 years, still looking for the milk. That's marvelous. Anyway, there we go. Cannot remember that I stream every Saturday morning. Also, apparently constantly terrified we're about to run out of trash bags. But currently about to attend a fancy brunch with IVs tomorrow morning. After Pepper Potts irons his pants. Need a milk carton photo for your milk? Is the missing child on the side of your milk carton just another milk carton? I did, however, get the approval to buy the opossum with a pearl earring picture and then hang it in our guest bathroom. So that's a win. But mostly, I think it's because he just wanted to get me off the phone. But I'll take it. I can sit on the couch and yell to him from the kitchen. Yes, the creamer's in the fridge, is on the top shelf next to the orange juice. And might have got slid behind the milk when you put the leftovers away last night. That's fantastic. Sure enough, is still on the top shelf. He can find the milk, but the problem I have is, like, for a while there was like this empty jar syndrome, right? So he has like whiskey cherries. So he would be down to like the last whiskey cherry or two in a jar. And he's like, oh, well, I'll save it for the juice and then just open up a new jar. So at one point went into the kitchen and I just started, we had 4 jars of whiskey cherries in the fridge. So 3 of them were just juice, which he saves because he uses it instead of grenadine, which is, you know, recycle, reduce, reuse, whatever. But there were 3 jars with like a cherry or half a cherry in the bottom and just juice, and then a fully opened one, and then a full opened one. And I was like, you need to consolidate, my dude. So I made him pour all the juice into one jar. And I was like, you are allowed to have 1 juice jar and 1 cherry jar, and anything else is getting pitched. Like, for the longest time, he did the same thing with pickles, with the pickle juice. It's like, no, I'm saving it for brine. So we had like 5 jars with like this much pickle juice in it. And I'm like, consolidate, my dude. Also, you have yet to use it to brine anything. 5 half jars of pickle juice. Correct. Like, just have 1 jar with the juice. And all the finders here. No, it's, if he wants to keep it, it's fine. But like, you know, they're all like jars that are a quarter full. And I'm like, there's no reason you can't take these 3 jars and make it just 1 jar that's like 2/3 full. But why so many jars? Same with the pickle juice. You want to save the pickle juice? That's fine. First of all, this pickle juice has been in the fridge for 4 months. You're never going to brine anything. Second of all, there's no reason why they should all have like an inch in the bottom of these jars. They're the largest jars known to man. Consolidate. Builder on bread, hello. Happy weekend. Come on in. We are spinning wool into yarn. I would spin gold into straw, but I'm all out of straw. Perkins, hi. You looking for hands? Come here. Guys, we have a baby cat sighting. Come here. Hi. Hands. I'd like some hands, please. I have a hunger only hands can solve. Hello. But it's butter. Sorry. Hi, butter. Hi. Oh. You good girl? This is Perkins. She's the baby cat. Butter, is nice to have you here. Hello. Baby cat also says hello. I need to stop spending money. Me today. This yarn is so lovely. I need more of it. So Perkins is definitely a daddy's girl, and Damien is gone, so I am acceptable for attention. Oh, hi. Want pets? I'm sorry, were you not finished? Oh, want to be picked up? All right, hang on. I gotta pick this cat up. Come here. Yeah, come here. I can reach you over there. Yeah, come here. Want up? Come here.
Sorry, I can't reach you. I know the slippers are scary.
I gotcha. I got you. Here we go. Ah. Yes, hello. You good girl? Hi. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. You good girl? Hmm? Oh, yes, I am the goodest good girl. I definitely have not been chasing the other cats around all night. I'm only good girl, yes. Pets, please. How come you get so heavy? Hmm? Where does all the extra weight come from when you go boneless? Do you pull it out of a pocket dimension? They pick you up and you're not heavy, and then you go boneless, and then you weigh 4 times as much. What happens here? Cat dynamics. I should have a Perkins emote. What do you think about that? Should we get you a Perkins emote? You've been the stream cat lately. Pearl used to make a daily stream appearance. And now she just lays on that heating pad in the hall. Should we get a Perkins emote? Hmm? We should get a Perkins emote with crazy eyes. With crazy eyes. Yeah, I know you want on my desk, but my desk is full. Can I pick you up again? Or are you done? Alright, I'll pick you up again. You good girl? Mm-hmm. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. Oh. That tail is chunkle. This cat is a chunk. She is a chunk with a fluffy tail. But she's very cute. The problem is she's very cute and she knows it. Perkins, you good girl? Now I'm done. Kiki likes a good booty smacking. Dirty loves the butt pats. The dirty cat, our oldest cat, adores the butt pats. But she is sitting downstairs in the sunshine, recharging. That cat runs on solar power. The other two run on cardboard technology. But she's an older model. Absolute chunker. She is, but I love her. So when we first got Perkins, she had been they found her living under a dumpster in an apartment complex, and her stomach was trash. So when we first got her, she actually couldn't keep food down. And we had spent like a week and thousands of dollars at the vet fixing this. So we got her from the pound for $5, and then promptly spent like $3,000 at the vet force feeding her and resetting her stomach. So when we got her, she was crazy skinny, very unhealthy looking. And now she's a little chunker, and I just don't have the heart. Like, I'm like, you know what? You're a rescue. You live your best life. I kind of feel like rescues get whatever they want. She's not unhealthy. We've checked with the vet, so she's a little overweight, but she's still fine. So as long as she stays in manageable proportions, she can have it. Cashew is my butt pats parrot. She sure is. She sure is. Yeah, all of our cats are rescues. In fact, I have a picture find it here. Code, please. Let's see, we got her. Let me find a picture of what she looks like now. Here we go. All right. Butter on bread. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here today. So looking back, so this was when we got her at the vet. So this is when we were at the pound. Damien sat down and she immediately walked over, plopped in his lap, and looked up at him. And it's very important that you know that when we were at the pound, Damien told me we were just visiting to pet cats as volunteers and that we were definitely not bringing a cat home. And then he left with a new cat. It's very important that you understand this. So that's what she looked like when we first got her and she was sick. And then once we got her stomach reset as a baby kitten, this was what she looked like. Way better, right? Much different health. Look, like you can tell in the color of her coat alone, very different. So that was a couple months after we got her when she was doing much better. And then this is my little Chonkins now, living her best life in her blanket nest. Do you have a 3D printer? I do not. A brand new cat practically? Yes. Currently figure eighting my head. You tell Cashew I said hello. But yeah, big difference in healthy cat. So as far as I'm concerned, this cat can get whatever she wants. Most rescue animals can be as spoiled as they want. I'm like, y'all deserve it at this point. Ricky Gervais has a great comedy sketch about what's gonna happen if I spoil this cat. Yeah, it's a cat. It's not like if I spoil this cat, it's gonna grow up to be Hitler or Boris Johnson. It's a cat. The most spoiled cat is the middle cat, Pearl Cat, though. She sleeps on my pillow every night. She is my baby. She's my baby. What are y'all up to this weekend? Got fancy plans? I got a full day of crafting, hanging out with y'all. We got the Discord craft night. We got book club tonight. I have my Ohio State game this afternoon. So I'm all set for today. And then tomorrow is TV day. I am going to find some knitting. I'm going to plant myself on the couch. And I'm going to catch up on all the TV shows Damien hates. My cats are the best weighted blanket ever? Correct. So Pearl sleeps on my pillow in like teddy bear mode. So like she's the best neck blanket I could hope for. And then Damien usually complains that she and I take up half the bed together. And it's really nice to literally sleep starfish in the middle of the bed and not have to worry about Damien complaining that I took up too much room. Damien and his 600 pillows have taken up too much room. I have grandson's 10th birthday party tomorrow. Congrats. I hope that goes well. Hope it's very fun. I have cooked all of the cheese so far, so I will spend the next 3 days just eating all of the cheese. I made a seafood Alfredo pasta. And then I also made a basically beer cheese hamburger helper. And then I also have some sweet potato fries to snack on, to bake up and snack on. I will just be eating that all weekend, all the leftovers all weekend, and Monday and Tuesday. And that's great. And it'll be extra nice Sunday night because I won't have to worry about Damien streaming until like 2 a.m. shouting at his computer, and I can actually get a proper night's sleep on a school night. Very excited. Very excited. Tomorrow will be very much camping on the couch with all the cats. In my command center. And I should get out all of my second socks and just make it a sock Sunday, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna knit on the String Players Macariri knit along instead. I need to get that puppy finished. I'm on the second lace section. I've just not had the spoons for lace work, as it turns out. Yeah, my sister and my friend were like, when Damien's gone, do you want to do something? Or are you going to be lonely? I was like, first of all, I'm working too much to be lonely. And second of all, I just want some peace and quiet. So I've been enjoying it immensely. Also, I've been taking this time to prepare for brioche lessons next week. I'm extra excited about that. I'm going to wind my unicornucopia yarn up during the football game this afternoon. Get that all ready to go. That'll be very fun. We'll be doing, I need to check the timing for Tuesday's stream. It'll either be a very late stream or it might be a slightly shorter stream. Because Tuesday night I have to pick Damien up from the airport. But I think his flight lands at like 11. So I think we're going to go until like 10:30. But we'll have to wait until he checks in and make sure that that's the official landing and departure time. Changed his flight a couple times, but it's just been like moving it backwards or forwards like 10 minutes, but we'll have to see how that all goes. It also depends upon if he's checking a bag or not, because then he'll tack on like an extra 20 minutes. What is your suggestion for yarn and yardage for the Unicornucopia project? If I can get something found beforehand. So it calls for a skein of fingering weight and a skein of DK mohair lace. Or DK mohair. I recommend, if this is your first brioche project, not using mohair. It's great, but it's very sticky and it's hard to rip back with. So I'm using just 2 skeins of fingering weight, which is what I've been recommending. As we knit the project, we'll talk about, yarn chicken and whether you need to shorten or lengthen the project kind of deal. You're knitting a unicorn horn and it starts with the tiny pointy end. And then you just kind of keep going until you run out of yarn. Oh no. Are we back? It calls for mohair, but I say just 2 skeins of fingering weight. Sorry, Yarnho. I should have looked. I'm going to spin some marked Cheviot for Sock Monkey socks. Yes. Sock Monkey socks. No lace weight. So the pattern calls for a DK mohair and fingering. So, but I am saying two skeins of fingering weight or sock weight. If you want to add mohair, you could have a lace mohair you hold double with one of the sock weights. But if this is your first time knitting brioche, I do not recommend mohair because mohair is very sticky. It's hard to rip back with, and it can sometimes be a little hard to read your knitting with the halo, but it looks great and it feels amazing. It's very nice. But if this is your first brioche project, it's gonna be a lot, and that may make it more stressful, and knitting should be fun. Marled. I thought marked like marbled is what I thought you were saying. So you're just gonna separate out like the gray versus the white, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Marled, that makes more sense. Does it feel better in mohair? It's nice. It's very, so mohair is very soft and very warm. So it just makes the whole thing fluffier and warmer. I have a mohair. I'll bring it out. So I have a brioche mohair sweater that I'm going to be wearing next week during the tutorial that I'll bring out so you guys can see. It just gives it a halo and makes it fluffier and warmer, which is nice, but not necessary because brioche is already very squishy and warm and fluffy. So it looks fantastic in brioche, but it's extra not necessary. For needles, it is Brave, hello. Are you on another break? Let me find pictures. All right, so this is the swatch of the sweater that I did with the mohair. So this is the swatch I made. So you can see down here, I have the lace weight and the yellow fingering weight held double. So it gives it this really gorgeous halo, and then it makes it softer and fluffier and warmer. On my 30, heck yeah. So it gives it's hard to see, but there's just an overall halo effect that's really nice. And then I did the back also in the mohair, which was nice. But again, it does kind of soften it up a little bit, and it does make the stitches a little harder to see when you're knitting it. So if you're used to brioche, great. But if you're not, it can kind of complicate things a little bit. It's just an extra layer of complication that you may not need if you're a beginner knitter for brioche. Because brioche is a lot. But it's also a lot more complicated and scarier than it looks, like most things you knit. Needles, it calls for US 5s. If you want a smaller shawl, you can probably get away with US 4s. What did I knit the other sweater with? I knit the sweater with US 4s. So you could do either very easily. 6s kind of make the brioche a little too, will probably make the brioche a little too spread out if it's in fingering weight. Because, and then you may risk running out of yarn faster. We'll knit a swatch. It'll be a very loose swatch. The main thing on this, so the main thing to remember is it's a shawl. So gauge is kind of more for, the gauge on this is more for making sure that you're not going to run out of yarn and that it's the right drape that you want. So if you want it more drapey, 5s. If you want it thicker and squishier and warmer, 4s. And then it also depends upon, are you a tighter knitter? Are you a looser knitter? All of that. Think I'll do the tutorial with smooth yarn, then maybe mohair combo like you did. Sure. If you knit the swatch and you're feeling good, go for mohair. You know, I will say knitting with mohair, it takes a little bit longer to knit, but I mean, honestly, it's just held double, so it's fine. The big thing is that you don't want, Lady E and I were talking about this. You want to be careful about knitting, making sure that the mohair is at least the same weight that you're using or bigger. So don't knit don't have a fingering weight and a lace mohair weight. You want it to be fingering and fingering, because it's double-sided. Otherwise, you might lose the pattern. Or fingering and lace weight held double. Mohair doesn't intimidate me. Heck yeah. Get it, yarn hoe. It's extra lush. It does make it feel 6 times more luxurious. For no damn reason. And if you're not a fan of mohair, there's always alpaca. Some Siri alpaca. Which is what I would try the next time that I try knitting something. I thinks. Methinks. And it's not impossible to rip back with. It's just that all the mohair halo kind of locks together a bit. So like you can't, if you screw up and you want to start over, you can't just rip it back. You really have to very carefully pick it back, which is fine if you have the patience for it. If you're already like, I haven't ever tried mohair and I don't have a lot of patience, then don't make it harder on yourself for no reason. Is really what I'm trying to say here. Don't complicate things. Don't make it more stressful. But mohair and brioche go really well together. Because brioche is just so fluffy and it has all that extra space. And then the mohair halo just kind of fills it up. And it's just, it's delish. It is quite nice. I will say. Oh no. Brave, I hope work's going well. Hope you're putting your feetses up, getting a hot second. Brave started a new job recently. New job. Baby's all grown up and is a smart businessman's. I feel like I really am sending the burbs off to college. Perkins, you leave her alone. Dirty! Dirty, come here. Perkins, you leave her alone. Cats are chasing each other. I don't have Damien here to referee. Although, to be honest, he'd still be in bed at this point anyway, so. My trainer is pretty cool and so much less customer service. I can have fun color hair. Covered in floof dust. Y'all can't see it, but the my black pillowcase here is also slowly getting covered in floof dust. And it's quite okay. Because it's just kind of naturally coming out. Like, I'm finding I don't have to do a lot of picking with this after I brushed it. Like, it's just kind of falling out naturally as I spin it, which is quite nice. This is my first time hand processing wool. And really spinning hand processed wool. And this is still a treat. It was funny yesterday because I spent an extended amount of time on the back patio with the floof dusts. When I got up and then like realized I needed to sweep, and it was just like a cobweb layer of like cotton candy floof everywhere. So that was kind of strange but funny. I enjoyed that immensely. Worth it. I agree. So far, yes. My goal this weekend was to wash another batch of wool, but I realized I've only brushed out like half of the first batch. I didn't realize how much it fluffs up after you brush it out, and I was like, "Oh no, I need to spin some of this." So maybe next weekend. That's fine. My mom was watching a video of me at 1 month old and learned that if you disturbed my sleep, I was mad from day 1 and 2. If you boop my nose, I gave the sassiest look because I didn't like it. There you go. Somewhere my parents have a video of me at 3 years old standing in a hotel bathroom in front of the mirror singing the Darkwing Duck theme song at the top of my lungs with absolutely zero shame. And if they ever learn how to put a VHS tape onto DVD or digital, I am doomed. But so far I'm safe. I keep thinking about getting them one of those boxes that you fill up from like CVS or one of the photo places. Like you fill it up with VHS tapes and then they send you back like a jump drive with like a USB thumb drive with everything on it, or like they digitize it onto DVD videos for you or something like that. So I keep thinking about like that would be really great. They have all these old home videos they haven't watched in ages because like when's the last time we had a VHS tape player hooked up? And then the other part of me is like, this can never happen. It's not safe. I can see that from you. It surprises nobody, but I'm also like, no one needs to see this. Like, let's just keep it a great story. Isn't it fun? Ha 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 ha. No one speak of this. But it was very important to remember that when there's trouble, just call DW. They put a bunch of the old TV shows on Disney Plus, and part of me wants to watch it, and the other part of me is like, no, keep the magic alive. I did go back and watch a couple episodes of Adventures in Wonderland. And I was looking at it and I was like, they didn't have to so hard. Like, that's how I described the whole show. They just didn't have to this hard. It's clearly a very low budget TV show. Why did they go so hard on this show? It's fantastic. It's a spin on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The White Rabbit is a roller skating rabbit in a black vest. Tweedledee and Tweedledum are like these 90s rappers in MC Hammer pants. The theme song is still a bop. I can confirm. But I'm just watching this and I was like, this is a lot. Like, so much. But it was pretty good. Still pretty good, as it turns out. So very over the top, though. Just looked at the bobbin and holy sheep, have we made some progress today? Yes, we have. We sure have. What time is it? 1. We'll probably go until 2. Because that'll give me time to get lunch before the game at 3. This will work out nicely. I am a little bummed if you are have pre-ordered an electric eel wheel nano. The nano has been delayed. The shipping container has been delayed by a month. So now instead of going out at the end of October, it'll go out at the end of November. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but it's okay. There's also nothing anyone can do about it. So there's that. I still haven't spun on an electric eel wheel nano, but I have purchased. So I'll still be doing, I'll still be spinning up this question mark sweater quantity forever. 5 ever. Will probably be when I'm spinning throughout the end of the year and possibly into next year at this point. But I look forward to the electric eel wheel nano because I have a lot of like bits and bobs. So I have a lot of like tiny mini fluffs that I've been saving to make like mini skeins out of. Like samplers and like bat droppings or the bat ends where it's just a little bit, or like mixed random varieties. So I have a bunch of like little like 1 ounce spins that are perfect for mini skeins. That I am looking forward to spinning on the electric eel wheel nano, and we'll be spinning a lot of that on stream. Probably 2 sweater quantities. Geo, I'm down for it. It's probably so much more. I also see a lot of like natural colored socks in my future. But what I'm thinking is like some ice dyes would be really fun. Like knitting up a couple of vanilla socks and then laying them out and doing like an ice dye. Or there's some Kool-Aid dyeing in my future. But Stacy does not need to get into proper dyeing. This will be disaster. If you run short, let me know. Gio's like, I would love to get rid of more of this. I will let you know. Who knows? By the end of this, maybe I'll be hooked. And you'll just be my supplier, and we'll have to come to some sort of gentleman's agreement. So far, I'm like, I can't wait for this fun experiment. And then we're done. Who knows? Maybe I'll be maybe when I get it down pat and I get like a really good like rhythm down, maybe I'll be a convert. I'm hooked. You also have a lot more room than I have. Like, I definitely have to do this in batches because I just don't have room to put everything. Also, if I'm going to be doing, like, only hand process, like, gonna need to invest in some tools. So right now, like, hand processing everything is fine. Because I'm like, well, it's just this one batch. But if I become like hooked, I'm like, girl gonna need a drum carder and some reel combs.